don't worry. The sedative will wear off soon enough.
We just completed character creation, and now we're on this boat, I presume? So we'll take it from here.
Easy now. No need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
So it wasn't a dream after all.
Sure, let's leave the tutorial deck, because why not? L, okay, I think it's the same.
Did the murderer take him into this room? Or was he already here?
Why, you're looking a bit more chipper. Yes. Looks like that collar fits you snugly enough. Nice bit of work, even if I do say so myself.
This gives me more of a PoE feel than like a Baldur's Gate. Then again, the games are completely different. Because here, right, when you talk to someone,
Not to, in the
you
meantime,
don't
you'll
have.
find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters. No, you're alive.
Index.
Oh, and you come there for your.
Right, you don't really go into like an actual like cutscene with the NPC.
Did the
So
murderer
it kind of
take
feels
him
more of a
into
PoE
this
where you're
room?
just kind of top down.
Was he already here?
Good.
A young magister stands pale and silent. Her knuckles whiten around her weapon as you pass.
I'm probably missing a bunch of stuff here, but just continue, because why not?
Here's the register, ma'am. Good, good. Magister Williams has just about done with the last passenger. You faring okay so far? I'm glad to hear it. You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
Oh, Wendigo.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
It means your journey draws to a close. Do stick around for its finale, though, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
Well, that didn't go well. Well, if I learned anything from Baldur's Gate, we are taking food early. I don't think that they'll have anything on them aside from gold. Fine. Sinking, that's great. Okay, we got a bow. Equip that.
Not long before this thing snaps. snaps into splinters. Great gods! Something's pounding on the hull!
You pass through the door and are suddenly face to face with an undead. His skull is bizarrely angular, and a glorious jewel sits in the middle of his forehead. The skeleton is quickly leafing through a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia, muttering to himself.
No. What damn fools record knowledge on a pulped tree? It catches fire, it turns into must when wet, it cannot even resist acid. No wonder they're so bloody ignorant.
You complaining
The
about
skeleton
the
looks
depth?
up and notices you for the first time.
Oh. Yes? Shouldn't you be running or screaming or some such?
The skeleton groans and looks back to his book, frantically flipping from page to page.
I know your god did not gift you with much, but kindly used the little you were given. Do you look at me and think, why yes, there is someone with organs enough to drown? Trifling matters like water and poison do not concern me. No, damp robes are the most I have to fear. Once this glorified skiff hits the sea floor, I will simply walk to shore. Whereas you, I believe, have lifeboats to pointlessly squabble over. Remember, one of your race's weaknesses is having your lungs filled with water until you can no longer breathe. So, try to avoid that, perhaps.
A little
skeleton resumes
sassy.
his search, leafing through page after page, while hunching over the book in a futile attempt to keep it dry.
Okay, so that's unlock that, I think. I don't have a lock. Because I think with theirs, the bony fingers with the skeletons, I think they have built-in pick locks. I think. So. Right now, I only have a bow as a weapon. But it doesn't really matter to me because I went double points in my spells. $400 damage on a door. It probably would have been nice to pick up some loot, but guess not.
I need to get off this ship.
Well, you got wrecked. But what we're going to do, we're going to unleash a swarm. And then we're going to fire. So even if I get hit, I should be fine. I should be able to sustain myself. If I do this, right, I'll heal. I don't think I can go anywhere. Yeah, this UI is a little iffy for me. Come on, he has to die from decaying. Yeah. Come on. Okay, good, perfect. And I should be able to just sustain now off him. I believe. This is gonna be scuffed. We'll do a health pot. I probably would have died there. Okay, fireball scroll. Not bad. No real weapons so far, except from the bow. I don't think there's a time limit here. So what I'm gonna do is drop it and throw it up here. Yeah, there we go. Radiant scroll. Golds. And that might be it, so we'll just talk to these people here and get off the boat probably.
That means there's still a chance.
Shut your trap, kid. Children and dwarfs first, just like the old stories say.
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes to no avail.
Said there were other people down there. We need to help them.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time to get the hell out of here.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's a ladder right over there. You can go straight down.
You're gonna be the death of us, you hear?
I have a feeling they're gonna leave without me, so I'm prepared for that. Arrow, gold. Oh, this is where we were before. Yeah. Pretty sure I'm wearing the stained shirt, so nothing new here.
If you can walk, get yourself up the ladder. There's a... Wait! Quite broken!
These beardless bugs won't sink a ship on my watch.
I thought Voidbreaker was supposed to be scary.
Interesting.
Let the games begin.
I've faced worse.
They who are about to triumph.
Man, they're destroying these kids. And they're gonna one-shot everyone for me, which is nice. Not bad.
This old tub is about to burst.
We'll loot up here for a bit. If there's anything worthwhile. Then we'll leave. I'm so dumb. I actually have weapons now. So this doesn't look good at all. Really.
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Oriven.
Maybe going 2 points in necromancy wasn't a good idea. I don't know. Feels like I did nothing. Then again, I didn't really have a real weapon. I was using a ranged weapon for melee class, pretty much. Or at least the looks of it in character creation. Ah yes, the typical game start. The Baldur's Gate, the PoE, New Worlds.
Those Voidwoken made short bloody work of the ship. Am I the lone survivor? It seems something
Yeah, I'm wearing that already.
wanted me alive.
Wand, 5, 6, 4. I mean, I am melee, right? Yeah. Do I not have access to my ability yet?
I thought the Order would get rid of any trace of the old Source King. Garbage.
We got. This is a kid?
The child has a small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eyes, his chin, the crown of his head. He spots you, and his arms snap to his sides.
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
Tags determine what options are available to you in dialogue and how the world reacts to your party members. Custom characters have race, gender, and background tags. Origin characters have unique origin tags. Okay.
Why? I guess. Well, the people who put me here are human, and the people who took my parents away are human too. Or do you mean because I'm a... Are you a sorcerer? One of those guys that brings the bad void things here?
The child looks at you straight on, unafraid, searching your face. He lifts his mirror to his nose, closes one eye, and looks at himself again.
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess they're wrong. Or crazy.
Hmm.
It's better here than inside. But you didn't die. There isn't anywhere safer. That's what I mean. You'll see.
This kid's like a depressed.
This statue must be 1,000 years old. Wonder how
That's
much longer.
going to assume that's a waypoint. Can I jump up here? Or is that not a thing in here? Okay. Actions, sneak, unsheath, basic. No idea. Okay. We're gonna learn this game the hard way.
Woken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship.
Oh, yeah, there's two of them.
Made it to shore.
Can I smack him with a barrel? I just wasted a turn. I'm gonna flee. See if I can flee. Perfect. We're going to avoid them. What we're gonna do is we're gonna sneak. Interesting sneak. Actual bush would be solid snake. What do we have here? Oh, red.
You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with a steady, malcontent stare. His skin is of a bright, blood-red color. Could he be... Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep. The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes with his, two smouldering embers that sizzle your very soul.
I did survive, yes. And chances are I wouldn't have, had you not returned to the aid of your fellow passengers down in that dreadful hold. You have my gratitude.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
Yes, I'm sure you've all the makings of a hero and all that, but let's not get carried away, shall we? Now then, if there's nothing further... I'm sure I don't mean to sound condescending, but I had thought it quite self-evident I was gazing out over the waves.
Salty.
He sighs dramatically.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean? Memories. Quite so.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see an empire. I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost. What do you mean, what do I mean? I mean just what I say. I had a very actual empire that I lost.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended, he stares at you with utter incredulity.
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am? Oh, may the seven have mercy on their own creation. I am the Red Prince, the All-Conqueror, the World-Tamer, the spouse of the sun. Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose deflates ever so slightly.
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and world-taming opportunities at the moment. The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have. Truly. A kind offer indeed. And you've already proven to be trustworthy enough. You came back for the others on that ship after all.
I think we're trying to get him into our party, maybe?
Fine, I accept.
Nice.
On one condition.
Oh boy.
For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with a dreamer, one of the mystics of my kind. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company. Jolly good. So, now that that's settled, first things first. Even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the talking from here on out goes without saying. As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you?
We're going to choose what he is. Well, we'll stick with fighter.
Very well. Onwards then to victory or death.
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile that wavers ever so delicately between courtesy and contempt.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be traveling with a prince. Proper forms of address include Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, or if you're feeling particularly frivolous, Milord. As your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't be required to carry my belongings. Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll see to it you'll pick up the rest as we go. So, without further ado, let us be off.
Okay, perfect. So kind of like Boulder, I click on them and I can control them. Okay, it is the same. And then, okay, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Okay, that makes sense then.
A black cat.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with acute intensity. Its eyes clear, and it shakes its head, confused.
Oh, that girl from the boat.
Hey, lady. It's a lot nicer here than that stinking boat, huh? I'm sure glad you went back to save the others. Saw one of them wringing out their tunic at the shore a few hours ago. Say hi for me.
Maybe we can get anything on these barrels. Nothing impressive, I don't think. Oh, there's stuff over here. It's like a town.
We already know the truth, Majesty.
So we'll explore a little bit before enter the town or whatever it is, an encampment. So we have those two other creatures we can fight. And since we have him, 34 HP, we should have a higher chance of defeating them. And we can go up here. Nice. Oh, this is different. You can actually rest. Up. 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 Overweight, so I'm gonna dump everything into this crate. See what happens. Pot, goal, stack, bowstring. Okay, I'm back. So what we're gonna do is toss this stuff in here. Not much for me to use. We're gonna exit this, pick this up, and this is 115. Do we have a black cat following us? I do. Oh, is this the telemancy, or is it? I don't have it unlocked yet. I wouldn't mind having it where I can go further. Unless they patch this out. Because I was going through some guides in YouTube, and there was like a barrel, not barrel, kind of like a crate, Obi-Wan Kenobi type play style that you can go with. Kind of wanted to try that out. So I'm not sure if it's been patched or I'm just doing it completely wrong. So I'm gonna see what's up. Reinforced crate. Books. Okay. Charming kit. Arrow shaft. That's got more weight. So put that in here. Now we're looking at 265. Nice. Drop. We got some weight. Jeez, I can't go far at all with this. A sneak. I guess not. Oh, it does work. Okay. Okay. Now my problem is, I gotta find a crate that doesn't...
Drowned and eaten by a void woken. I wonder in which order.
I gotta find something that doesn't have unlimited HP, like a chest or some rare object that I can throw around. Just me throwing this around, doing the damage, kind of a waste. So we're gonna save here. We're gonna talk to our characters, and we're gonna explore a little bit around us. and to see if I can get longer range on my telekinesis and try finding a crate that is limited HP. Stay tuned.